Hey YouTube, this is Jack again with Toy Dojo, and today we're taking a look at something very awesome. We're looking at a review sample of Titan Returns, or Titan's Return, Titan Class, Emissary and Cerebros with Fortress Maximus. So this has been long anticipated. I know I've been wanting to take a look at it, and now that I get to I'm just amazed. So take a look at the box. It's a huge box. The box is the same size as the one that Metroplex came in. And so looking at it again, you'll see it has the Transformers here on the side. Really nice artwork here done on the front. Shows us 3 modes here: robot mode, base mode, and like spaceship mode there. Come and look at it here. You'll see Emissary right here. You'll see Cerebros, Fort Max, then his city mode, and then his battleship mode there. Looking around in the back here. Again, just some more stuff here. You got Fort Max, Cerebros here, Emissary here. Again, just all the good stuff here on the back. So really, really nice. It's got sounds and everything, so nice. I'm looking forward, or I was looking forward to this. Side of it here, you can see, again, picture of Fort Max, Titan's Return. Other side, just information here, and the Autobot logo there. It's a really nice box. Now let's get this box out of the way, because that's not what we're looking at here. Set this into my table here. And bring up Fort Max himself. Now, I didn't have, as a child, I didn't have the G1 Fort Max, so I never got to experience it, but my friend had it, and I remember always playing it at his house thinking, man, that is such a cool toy. So as an adult now, I'm able to collect them, and I'm glad I'm going to pick him up as soon as he's released. But if we take a look at him, he's done really nice. He's got his G1 colors, for the most part, are done really well. He's got this clearish, translucent blue-green piece up here on the chest, right here in the center. And what this is you push this, it helps to pop Cerebros out of his neck there. Got some nice blues down here, reds up here. Now I know on the G1 toy, this here wasn't made up all red. It was made gray here, and only the cannons were red here. I think the car version is going to have it more like a G1 color scheme. So again, looking at him, he's got over here this little piece, which on the G1 toy would have been the helicopter landing platform there. And but for the most part, he actually looks like the G1 figure. So, like I said, I didn't have the G1 figure, but what I do have is, we're going to pull him off the side, so I want to show some size comparison before we go into details with him. Just how tall he is. I have, from the Robots in the Skies line, Brave Max, which essentially is the G1 figure, just remade into a different color scheme. So, here, I'll tell you what, let's put him, he's the center of attention right now. Can put him there, and put Brave Max over on this side right here. So you can see, he's heads above the G1 mold here. If we look at him, he's taller by probably, I don't know, maybe a few inches taller. So, really nice. If we look at it, we can see again just the similarities that you did have in the G1 toy. Look at the feet here, the leg cannons here as well. Again, the here and this here, which would have been the platform for the helicopter. Let's see here, what else do we got here? Obviously this here, both the same. The heads. Looking around to the back here of them. They got the same deal here with the tracks that raised up and down here, same as this one here. Well, I mess with that right now. So, similarities are the same, enough to where you know, like, wow, they actually did a good job trying to design it after the G1 toy. Now, bringing in the third big bot into this trio is Metroplex. So we look at Metroplex, and they are the same size, and actually, I will say, head to head, Fort Max here is a little bit taller, just because Cerebros is a bigger head than Fort Max's head. So, head to head, he is taller than, I'm losing my train of thought here. He's taller than Metroplex, sorry. And but we look at his shoulder cannons here, he looks taller for that reason. But realistically, he is a little bit taller than Metroplex is. So looking at the two, we can see obviously that this Fort Max was a heavy retool of the Metroplex figure. We look at the arms themselves, they're the exact same arm. We look at it here, with a little bit of differences up here on the shoulder. This is a different piece than this one here. But looking down here on this piece here, the hands are the same. You got the same articulation on the hands. All this is molded the same here and here. This ratchet is the same as that. So looking at that, you can see where they took those pieces and they put them together. One thing I noticed, and I think a lot of folks had noticed this when they were releasing this figure, but if you were to take Metroplex and turn him around, you can see that Metroplex's backside here is what is now Fort Max's front side here. Alternatively, if you turn Metroplex around, Metroplex's front side here is now Fort Max's backside right here. So you can see where they took some similarities from the two and kept them. Let me move Brave Max down here to the floor. Another thing too, and let's just look at this real quick when we're talking about similarities. If we look at this right here, this track here, it is the track that is actually right here inside his leg here. So again, they took some stuff here and just moved it over to this figure. Now the one thing that I wish they would have fixed, again, just messing with this, that Metroplex of the problem was, is that the ratchet in the legs, if you held them and did this number, you got that problem with them. End of view. We take Fort Max and we do the similar thing there, and they do fall. So I wish they would have tightened up these ratchets here in the hips a little bit more. The knee itself actually is not going to do it. So the knee on this one was horrible on Metroplex, but on Fort Max it's not. It's just the hip joints that are still not as tight as I would have liked them to be. All right, let's get him out of the way now, since we already went over comparisons. You get down there, and you get out of the way. All right, so again, looking at him here, he is really nice. Articulation-wise, let's start off the head. Head can look all the way around. Doesn't look up, because then he pops out. Oh, and obviously this one has some sound effects. Let me fix this here. And the sound effects are placed in the head, and I'll show you where the batteries go for that. But over here on the shoulder, he's got a rotation up like this. He can go a full 360. Elbow band. And it's a double jointed elbow band right there at the arm. He's got an upper or lower bicep swivel. And again, the hands are articulated just the way Metroplex were. So each finger is individually articulated, but the fingers don't bend. They're just one solid piece. And then the thumb just moves up and down in this manner like that. Down here at the waist, he does have a waist swivel. Legs do come out, like so. They go forwards. They go backwards, like that. And they do bend. So the same articulation you got on Metroplex, you're going to get here with Fort Max. He does have these cannons here, again, just like the G1, and we're going to keep talking about it, just to show you again similarities. He's got his little cannons that go right here. I can get them out. And they always like to pop out. But he got his cannons that go on his legs there, just like these here. Now these actually have more range of motion on them, so that's cool. Just like the G1, let's get these arms out of the way. This does unfold here. Now this is mainly for transformation, just like it was on here when these unfolded. One thing I wish they could have done is maybe made some side cannons here on this one, but they weren't able to do that, so let's get this down. So he's got a lot of nice stuff going on here that I really enjoy. Right over here, these open up. This is for when you have your leader class figures, Optimus Prime or Power Master Prime and Blaster. They're going to be able to connect when he's in his city mode there. So that's on both sides there. So let's go ahead and you push this and that helps to get the head out. So you just push that, pop out Cerebros here. And let's kind of go over Cerebros here. So Cerebros' head, it's a big head. And it's bigger than the G1 one. I mean, for the most part, like size-wise comparison as far as up and down, they're the same size. But thickness, you can see that he's a lot thicker than the G1 is. Now, the one thing I was wondering, will this one fit into this one? And it does not, because this piece is a lot bigger, so it doesn't fit inside there. This one either won't fit in here, just again, because he's too thick. So you can't get him to mix, you can't mix and match, it won't work on these figures. Alright, so taking out Emissary here. Again, he's just a small Titan Master. Open up his legs like that, get his hands up like this, and you got him into his little mode there. Taking off the Brave Max, or say Brave Max, Cerebros. I'm just going to do a quick, not really talk about, just so you can kind of see what he looks like in his transformation here in his robot mode. And we're going to take Emissary and stick him right inside there. And when you do that, you get all the sound, so that's really cool. And again, all the noises are coming from inside the head. Whereas on Metroplex, they were inside the chest piece. So let's just do him real quick, just to show him off next to him. So we got him here. So size comparisons with the two. Let's pull those guys up there so we can get a little bit better. You can see that he is just a little bit taller right here. Now they look about the same size because of his head. His head is bigger, but at the shoulders, obviously he is a lot bigger than he is at the shoulders by maybe, well, I say a lot bigger, but maybe like 1/4 of an inch maybe. So again, you can just see where they do have the similarities from the G1 toy. On the back is the face, just like it was in the G1 toy. So. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just take a quick break, and when we come back, I'm going to go ahead and put him into his city mode, and then from there we'll take him to his base mode, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on the figure. And we're back. Now, right now, if we look at him, I have him inside his city mode. Now, before I do anything else, let me just, I forgot to go over this. It's going to come with instructions. It's going to come with a nice thicker sheet as well, and then a nice bio card there. Sticker sheets, obviously, are still in here. I'm not going to put them on this figure, since it isn't mine. But nice sticker sheet's going to come with it as well. Alright, so this is city mode. Now if you take a look, I have a lot of the other little Titan Masters kind of hanging out here. This is the official transformation mode for his city mode. You take Emissary, pop him off of Cerebros, you take Cerebros, and you fold his arms forward just like this, and like this. And then all you do is you make sure the legs are straight, and you're going to sit him right inside here and plug him down. And it plugs in there. You got to get the legs just straight. They got to go in here just straight. And then you'll keep hearing that transformation sound over and over and over again until you get it right. Oh, flip the feet up. That's what I did wrong. You got to flip the feet all the way up. Then go ahead and sit him down, and he's going to tuck right inside there. So now you got him right here to complete like the tower mode here. As far as for all the little Titan Masters, on side or on top of 4 Max's city mode here, he's got little tiny little pegs that are sitting. There's one situated here, there's one here, there's some up here on top of the cannons, there's some here on the back of the cannons. So all over him you'll find just these little pegs that these guys on the bottom of their feet will peg right into. So we'll just take him, we got one right here. We're going to set him here since it is his city. And we'll sit him right there. And so now you can have him and all the other guys defending the city. So looking at the city mode, I know a lot of fans, myself included, were like, I'm not sure about that. Because we're used to seeing the G1 toy where it's situated where these legs are up. You can do that mode. It's a fan-made mode you can do if you want to. It doesn't really hold together well because it wasn't meant to be that way. But this one here itself is not too bad. I will say there are a few things they probably could have done differently, and we'll show whenever I bring in the old G1 or the Brave Max figure. But just looking at this one right here, you'll see he's got the ramp here that goes down. He's got these here ramps as well. Obviously, this isn't hidden well enough. And again, when I bring the other one up, I'll give you my thoughts as to what they could have done differently. We have this port here where he can sit here and you can have a dude fire. The little helicopter pad right here. These leg cannons are going to go up and down. They can shoot. And then if you open up these two flaps here on either side, again, that's where you could essentially put the other figures here to connect to it, to make it into a larger city. Let's take him, put him right here. There's one right up in here. Every time I look, I see a new different little pig. So it's kind of cool that you can just sit them all, and you can have just a lot of these little Titan Masters just kind of hanging out over here on top of Fort Max. So again, that's the official mode. So just kind of put them over to the side. And I'm going to bring up Brave Max. And I have Brave Max here configured just the way they have Fort Max configured for his city mode. I hope we can catch everything in the frame here. If not, we'll be missing some pieces. Let me situate him. So on Brave Max, this piece actually went right here. Just like so. And then Spiker's kind of hanging out wherever. So, if we look at it, this exactly looks just like this one here. When I say that, let me show you the way I have it situated. So we see the way this is situated here, and the way I just situated this one, with the spike in here because it's going to fall around. I went ahead and just did it to where the newer 4MAX looks like. And that essentially would be like the base mode if you wanted to. Now obviously we know that this looks a little different when you transform. These actually flip over and do a good job, because if we left it like that, you're going to get the same issue that we have with the new figure, and that is exposed hands right here. So this one had these ramps that flip over, just like that, right? I think maybe they could have done something like that, added on an extra piece that could have flipped down and covered this up. Down here as well, this ramp is a little bit smaller. Again, I think they could have, because this does nothing in robot mode to hinder anything. I feel like they could have made this a little bit longer and gave you more of a not so much as a steep incline as you do just the way this one is here. So, again, it's my thoughts on that. Let's get him out of the way. And put him down. Now, the fan-made mode for this one, if you're so inclined to mess with it, you know what, I'm not going to do it on camera because it's going to take me a minute. So we're going to go ahead and just pause, and when we come back I'm going to have him set up in his fan-made mode to kind of show you what he would look like. Okay, and we're back. Now if you look at this one here, this is like a fan-made mode, if you will, to try and get this to resemble this here. Now it's not perfect, but if you get it situated, it doesn't look too bad. And again, as a child, if you use your mind, and we know as children we have wild imaginations, we can pretend that this here is maybe some missile launchers that'll shoot out the missiles, or maybe it's like really bright lights. When the enemy is coming up, he's flying through, those bright lights are going to go out there and maybe they're going to stun him, or it's going to be something Cybertronian that's going to end up affecting his brain, and he's going to end up crashing down. So again, you can use your imagination on this figure. You will have to pull off this piece here and use it as a tank, because if you put it in this mode, it's essentially supposed to sit in right here, but it won't fit. So he'll come off, and again, that's just cool. It gives you an extra little piece to play with and uses the tank. So all in all, the city mode, both the official way and the fan-made way, if you will, are actually decent. You can get some good stuff out of it and have a lot of fun with it. Again, my only wish is that they would have made these ramps extend down more, because if I wanted to, I can take this guy and he can drive up here, but I can't take him. He has to like hop up here. He can still drive up here, So that's my only thought. I wish they would have thought that out a little bit better. But hey, you know what? Still is a nice figure. It's an updated version of this guy, and I'm loving it. I'm digging it. I do like all the, again, the different color contrast. Your clear plastics, your clear blues here, down here. Your nice blues, your dark grays, your reds. I mean, it looks done very well. So I can appreciate all the hard work that was put into this figure. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and take another quick break. When we come back, we're going to have him in his Battleship mode. Okay, and we're back. And essentially, this is going to be his battle station mode. So, looking at it, again, it's basically him semi-transformed and laying down, just like the G1 toy was. So, it's really good. It rolls. It's got the wheels on the bottom of him that allow him to roll. So, that's really neat. Again, these here, you can use these for blasting enemies from the side, from the back, however you want to look at it. We're going to kind of pick him back because I know he's far away. And then we'll just take a look at him next to the G1 version city mode, or I'm sorry, battle station mode. Again, very similar in the way they do have their battle modes. He's a lot longer, obviously, because of the extra ramps and the feet back here. You can leave the feet up, but you bring them down, that way you can have more room. But so essentially they're the same as far as city modes go. Or battle station mode. I keep saying city mode, we already did that. So all in all, I think it was done really well. Again, I think they could have done a few things differently to make it go from an awesome figure to an even awesomer. And I know that's not a word, but it's going to be my word. And so this little thing here, I like it because it does rotate. You get this little turret here that can rotate and just fire all sorts of ways. So again, just really cool. I dig it. I enjoy it. He is supposed to be scheduled to release, I believe, the end of July into early August. So I'm going to put a link in the description to Toy Dojo, and just keep checking on them. Once they have that up for pre-order, you guys can go ahead and pre-order it and get yours in. Like I said, I think he's worth it. He's done really well, and I think you're going to enjoy it because I know I did. If you like the video, please comment, subscribe, share the videos with your friends, and let us know what you think. Thank you, guys.